Hey guys, so audio gear is expensive and we are all on a tight budget. So today I figured I would share with you some affordable and cheap tricks that I've learned using my home studio over the years. Okay, so first of all, you can take or leave some of these tricks. I've personally graduated beyond some of these, and you can definitely argue that the real or the expensive way is better. And I know that, but I can still see some of these things being useful for those of you guys that are maybe just starting out. So let's talk about some of these hacks. So first one, you can actually make a pop filter if you take some women's tights and a wire coat hanger and you bend the wire coat hanger into a loop shape, put the tights over that loop, and then you'll have your own pop filter, homemade, super cheap, super easy. I used to use this in like high school and I personally graduated beyond using it, but I've seen other people do it and it's better than nothing, so try it out. Number two, you don't need a big fancy booth. Use your closet full of clothes, and the clothes dampen the sound, and that should give you a nice clean recording. So I've used my closet here for tracking voiceovers before, and I still have some gaff tape that I used instead of spike tape on the floor of the closet, and I use that tape to mark the spot where my mic stand goes and where my feet go. And actually, some of you guys wanted to hear about live sound advice, and using spike tape to mark where things go is actually a trick I picked up when I was doing live sound. So there's that. Anyway, with something small with a lot of dampening material, like a closet, you won't have the beautiful, natural, big room reverb that you get in a large studio room, but it can give you a solid, clean recording. So you can also use one of those half-sphere mini vocal booth solutions, and I'll find one and I'll add a link in the description below for you guys. And I also used to set up my own portable vocal booth where I had a frame made of PVC piping that some of my high school friends made for me. And it was really cool because it could be a small vocal booth size, or I could set it up to be big enough to fit a piano actually. So anyway, I would set up that frame and I would drape every blanket I owned over it, and it wasn't perfect, but it definitely improved the quality of my recordings and I used it for years. So okay, number three is tune your room. Now, you might want to invest a little in this one if you do it because you might want to get a really good measurement microphone. And I think mine was only about $100, and I'll add a link below if I can find the link to that specific one. But basically, when you tune a room, you run noise, and we run noise so it's the full frequency spectrum, right, out of your system. And then from your ideal listening point, you place your measurement microphone and recapture that sound. So judging by which frequencies are changed from the output to the microphone, you can tell which frequencies should be boosted and which should be cut. And it gives your room a more even response in the end. And there are even programs that can help you do this. So I've used a free one called Room EQ Wizard, and I'll find the website and link to it below. But anyway, there are a handful of different ways you can tune your room. So go investigate if you're interested in trying it out. I started doing this a while back because when I did live sound for a while, we would do this every time we set up a new system. Every time we set up a new system in the house. And we did it for Broadway level shows and everything. So it's legit, I promise. And there are even some systems that you can buy that do the whole thing for you, essentially. Okay, number four is make your own acoustic treatment. Now, nowadays, I have acoustic foam and I have my handy attack wall in here, but I've definitely made my share of acoustic treatment before. And there are all sorts of tutorials online that you can check out for this, and people will recommend a range from using just blankets, which, keep in mind, will basically only tame your high frequencies. They're not going to really treat your low frequencies, all the way to instructions on how to make acoustic treatment using things like wooden frames, wall insulation, and some cloth. So I'd check that out and at least look into making some nice acoustic treatment on the cheap before you shell out for fancier stuff. Also, so many people in their home studios forget to treat the bass. So don't do that. A lot of people just throw up some foam on the wall and they call it a day, and they don't realize that they haven't handled their bass frequencies very well. That's why so many home studios have issues with those low frequencies, right? So they take a little more knowledge to deal with with, and they're not as easy to treat, and so people often forget them. Bass frequencies go through objects more easily, so they're not as easily affected by something soft and light like our basic studio foam or our blankets. So they also sometimes get caught up in corners, so I recommend looking up how to make or buy some affordable corner bass traps. It's so important, and it will help you have more balanced mixes, I promise. Anyway, that's all I have for today. So I hope this helps someone out there, maybe someone just starting out. And for today's question, I want to know, what tricks do you use in your home studio? So leave the answer in the comments below. And also, if you like this video, please hit the little like button, share the video, or subscribe to my channel. I'll be coming out with new videos every other Wednesday, and thank you for watching. Okay.